Hey, welcome back to the Pitch Queen Show. Today we are talking about the 3 principles of persuasion to increase your sales. So, do you wonder what actually makes someone buy from you over someone else, like a competitor? There is so much more to it than just the price. So in this video today, I am sharing 3 proven principles of persuasion that you can start using right away to building better relationships, increasing sales, and without ever feeling like you're really ever selling and being pushy or annoying. And I do this every single day of my life. Welcome to the Pitch Queen Show, where I share my best tips on what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. And I know that I'm a minority, but I love sales and I'm confident that you can too. So let's get started on identifying the 3 principles of persuasion so you can love it too. And if any of these ring a bell or sound true to you, make sure to share it in the comments below which one it is, because I want to know which ones you're already doing or which one might be new. So also, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button right there, because subscribers get notifications on all my new videos. So hit that subscribe button and let's get into today's show. So today, principles of persuasion. Principle number 1, coming from a place of service and always solving a problem is the number 1 thing. So if someone feels like all you want is their money, it's going to be really hard for you to close that deal or get that new client. So think about it. And I'm sure you've experienced or seen someone online or in person who seems like everything they do or say is about money. But if you actually care about the people you work with and who you're selling to, people can feel it. It's an energy exchange. And when we're exchanging energy, it can't be about the money. It's got to be about genuine personality, about providing them a solution to their problem, and that you actually, you care. And it's going to be much easier to persuade someone into working with you or buying what you have to offer if you actually care. So think about, what problem do you solve for your clients? I want to know in the comments, and also that will help you get new referrals too. So put in the comments, what problem do you solve? Who do you help? Okay. And again, I want to share just a little bit of a story, because if you come across from just being about the money versus coming across and being about that you actually care and that you've got a problem you really want to solve, let me tell you from personal experience, the money follows. The money will come when you come from service and compassion and really being of service to somebody, and people feel it. When I don't even talk about money, people keep just enrolling in my classes or enrolling with the other services that I sell. So just remember, if you put the money aside as if you're just doing a donation service, that's what makes the difference, okay? So think about your business as you're just donating your services. The money will follow later, but you're coming first from service, solving a problem. Again, put that in the comments below. And the money will come second. All right, principle number 2, be likable. I know you're probably like, well, Michelle, duh, everyone knows that. Well, this is something I talk a lot about here. You know, the know, like, and trust factor, also known as the KLT factor, know, like, and trust. If someone doesn't like you, it's really going to be really impossible for you to sell them something or anything. They're not going to want your product. They're not going to want your service. People like to buy from people who they can identify and perceive as friends. So when you build the know, like, and trust factor, that's building a friendship. And for example, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a celebrity or online influencer out there that you can actually picture yourself being friends with. Or you may feel like you already know them, but you've never even met them yet. And for me, this actually happened last week. So I'm going to share a story. Rachel Pedersen, you guys might know her. She teaches a lot of social media influencers and social media managers how to manage their social media accounts. Her and I have never met in person, okay? Last week, though, I was in the lounge at the airport in Minnesota, and I heard this girl talking, and I said, gosh, that voice sounds really familiar. Now, Rachel's been on Success Unfiltered. If you go and listen to it, I think it was episode 50 something. Just go Google Rachel Pedersen or go to the iTunes and type in her name. And I said, God, that voice sounds so familiar. And it was her and her husband literally sitting right next to me. I walked up, I said, hey, are you Rachel? But through being likable and through her personality that she puts on social media, I felt like I already had a connection with her. And I knew her voice from interviewing her on the podcast. So that's just a prime example of people that you might know out there that are doing a good job about persuading you of being likable, right? Because she built that know, like, and trust factor with me. Also, getting people to like you is actually really simple, but you really need to be powerful in what you do and doing it the right way. So here are a few ways you can do this, okay? But one of the best ways that I've found is being observant. Okay, observant. What that means is share a familiar story, connect with them on hobbies and interests, or find some other common ground. So time out real quick. I'm going to go back to Rachel. Rachel lives in Minnesota. I was born in Minnesota. We talked about that in the first second of sitting there. Rachel works in the online space. I work in the online space. One of Rachel's members in her online community is Jillian, and Jillian does my social media. So we found common ground instantly. That is how you become likable. She also that day shared our picture on her social media. She shared out the podcast again. So if you're trying to really increase sales or get an influencer to help you grow your business, that is how you do it. Literally what I did last week with Rachel. So it's super simple. All you have to do is just work the system, right? And don't make it about you. Make it about her. She's helping so many people, and that's what I was telling her. And if you don't know anything about them, even a genuine compliment or words of praise, like one of the first things I did when I saw Rachel, I could tell her hair was done. I was like, wow, your hair looks so good. And she's like, yeah, my hairstylist said, you never know who you're going to see in an airport or while traveling, so always look your best. And I'm like, yeah, I've been told the same thing, but her hair looked good. She had just gotten her hair done. So that was a compliment, genuine, real, but it really is the great way to make a connection. All right, principle number 3, consistency and commitment. Very, very important. I don't know about you, but I'm a woman of my word. Integrity goes a long way. If I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. And I hate the feeling of not keeping my commitments. And trust me, I hate the feeling of when people don't do it back to me. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I feel like it's happened a lot lately. And the truth is most people feel this way, right? You want to be thought of as consistent and reliable. Consistency is one of the best things if you use it with the principle of persuasion by getting people to commit to smaller initial commitments that can lead to a bigger commitment down the road. So I'm going to share with you a study so all this makes a little bit more sense, okay? But one of the well-known studies of this evolved as an experiment, okay? And it was with the Drive Safely campaign. Have you heard of it? Put in the comments below if you know what I'm talking about. Drive Safely campaign, okay? So researchers asked if they would be willing to put one of those big yard signs, you know what I'm talking about, in their neighborhood. Very few people were actually willing to do that. They were not having it. However, in a similar neighborhood, just down the street over here, 4 times as many homeowners indicated that they would be willing to put that big old sign in their yard. And are you wondering why? Let me tell you, 10 days prior, they agreed to put those little small postcards in the window, probably like the ones that come with your security system, and it says, this house is monitored by Arlo. Well, their home signaled that the support of the Drive Safely campaign, so that small little card was the initial commitment, okay, so think about that, which led to a huge increase in a much bigger commitment, which was that big sign in their front yard. But still consistent, right? That change happened consistently. So if we start with a small commitment, then you can ask for a bigger commitment. And some of the ways you can do this in your business is by asking maybe for an initial call from a client, right? You're trying to get to know them. Or maybe have them answering a survey or a questionnaire where they share more about their business. So I call that also known as a pre-qualification form. By the way, little bonus tip, Google form is really great for that. in addition to a service called Woofu Forms, okay? So I'll put those, look on the bottom right there. Woofu Form, Google Form, use one of those too. But these small commitments from your clients really help the relationship keep progressing. And that's what this is all about. So they'll be more likely to what? Buy from you, which will what? Increase your sales. So these are just a few of the principles of persuasion that you can use to boost your sales. So if you're looking for even more, make sure to check out my video I did on sales psychology techniques. Okay, it's linked in the description below. So if you want to check that out, just look at the description. It's linked right there. Sales psychology techniques. All right. And of course, my ask to you is if you like this video, hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you get notified of all of our new videos that hopefully are really helping you grow your top line revenue. And if there's a topic you want to learn more about, shoot me an email, hello@thepitchqueen.com, and thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.